The Adani coal mine in Queensland remains a key election issue after a group of high-profile independents vowed to stop its construction if elected. News Breakfast presenter Michael Rowland caught up with Wendy Tubman from the Stop Adani Townsville group and Michael McMillan, Policy Director at Townsville Enterprise, to discuss the project.
I'll start with you, Michael McMillan. Why is this Adani mine, in your view, in your group's view, so important for the future, not just of Townsville, but North Queensland generally?
Michael, I would suggest that this isn't about any one particular mine, and I think that's what we've got to steer away from. I think to try and demonise one particular development is not what we're about. Our focus very much is on mining jobs and what those jobs mean to this economy in the north, and it's all about the opening of the Galilee Basin. If not this particular mine development, where will this stop? I think this is more of an offensive against coal more generally and CO2 emissions. It's not about any one particular mine.
OK, over to you, Wendy Tubman. You have been a very strong advocate against Adani. Why shouldn't it go ahead in your view?
Well, I agree with Michael that it's not just about Adani. We are about no new coal. We're not trying to close the existing coal mines, but our concern is that if you open Adani, then you open up the Galilee Basin, and that puts a huge extra pressure on climate change. And we've seen the impact of climate change in the north. We've seen the year-long droughts. We've seen massive floods, of course, which are traumatic but also very expensive. A lot of cost involved with that, and you know, we just can't afford to continue on that pathway.
But no new coal, and Australia is moving as part of the transition to renewable, but stopping coal just like that is going to leave a gap in our energy supply, isn't it?
No, Michael, I said new coal.
Yep.
I say we're not trying to close down existing coal mines. It's the new coal. We just cannot afford to go that direction. The IPCC has said it. David Attenborough said it, the Pope has said it. You know, we've got to move very swiftly if we want to avoid catastrophic climate change.
No new coal. Michael McMillan, coal is a very big employer in North Queensland. What's your view on that?
Look, this is a global issue. It's not just concentrated here in the north or into the state or isolated to the nation more generally. This is about CO2 emissions, and coal is only a component of that. I mean, if we look at all developing nations across the global economy, I mean, who are we to deny developing nations the opportunity to grow as we have? The cheapest, most efficient way to provide efficient energy to those nations is coal.
Yeah, it's also the dirtiest way, unfortunately.
Well, unfortunately it is at this point, but what alternatives do we have? If you can point to a developing economy today that is using 100% renewables, I'm sure everyone would move to that tomorrow. But it's just not their technology. So this is not about either or. This is about a transition and a mix. And at the moment, that's what we have to support, and coal is part of that mix. OK,
I've spent some time yesterday looking around Townsville. It's in the view of one of the other business groups here, the CBD, is pretty embarrassing. Lots of for-lease signs, a youth unemployment rate of 17%. Yes. The Adani mine is offering, and people have disputes the actual number, but thousands of new jobs to this area. Yeah. If not those thousands of new jobs over the next few years, where else is the employment base to sustain this region coming from?
Well, first of all, I dispute that number. The Australia Institute has looked at the data, and they are saying that during the construction phase, there will be 1,000 jobs. During the operational phase, it's just 100 jobs. And those aren't all going to go to Townsville by any means.
Michael, over to you. What's your view on how important these jobs are? Or, you know, we've been talking about Adani for so long now. Are they, at this stage, still mythical? They may not happen.
Absolutely not. Look, I find those figures or the statistics that Wendy's just quoted, that does not match our figures. And look, again, I want to get away from this mine versus the future of coal. These jobs, mining resource jobs, have built the north, have been a significant pillar, if not the most important pillar in North Queensland, and will continue to do so. The demand from coal won't stop as a result of this mine not going ahead.